So here's our little pitomba tree, and its flowers are just amazing, covering every part of the tree that's alive. We got a little bit of dieback here. Anyway, this is the second time it's flowered this year. And this fruit looks like the last fruit from the first flowering. So it doesn't take very long from flower to fruit. Pitomba actually refers to two very different fruit in Brazil. One is a relative of lychee and longan with the scientific name of Telesia esculenta. But today we are talking about the other pitomba, which is in the myrtle family and native to the state of Bahia in Brazil. This pitomba, Eugenia lesnathiana, is related to allspice, guava, bay rum, grumichama, and jaboticaba. Like grumichama and jaboticaba, it has dense wood, similar small white or yellow-white flowers, and produces fruit about 30 days after flowering. It is grown on a very small scale in its native Brazil. Pitomba has been introduced to many tropical areas, but it remains a relatively obscure fruit. In 1914, the USDA brought seeds from Brazil to the U.S. David Sturrock selected and grafted some superior plants, but the fruit never became popular in Florida. Pitomba trees and shrubs are grown as dooryard plants. It is not grown commercially in the U.S. because the fruit has limitations. The seed is large, there's not much flesh, and the fruit has a very short shelf life. Pitomba is typically grown from seed. It usually takes at least 2 to 3 years for a seedling to produce fruit. Under most conditions, pitomba trees grow slowly. When grown in good soil, fertilized well, and frequently and heavily watered, the trees begin to bear when less than 3.5 feet tall. Trees can also be veneer grafted or air layered. The tree can grow to 25 to 30 feet tall, but it's easy to keep it as a large shrub or hedge. Since pitomba grows slowly, it can even be grown as a container plant. If grown for fruit, the trees are usually kept under 10 feet tall. Pitomba prefers full sun, but can also tolerate partial shade. It needs at least 70 inches of water each year, but it doesn't like to sit in water. Therefore, well-drained soils are best. Pitomba grows well in most soils with a pH between 5.5 and 7.5. In slightly acidic soils, nutrients are more available. In alkaline soils, branches often suffer dieback because of lack of nutrients. Mature trees are hardy to 27 degrees Fahrenheit. Trees can actually tolerate salty coastal areas if they are healthy and have all the nutrients they need. Birds are the animals that are the most enthusiastic about pitomba. The fruit is also susceptible to the Caribbean fruit fly. In Florida, flowers emerge in late spring and early summer, and fruit ripen in early to mid-summer. Sometimes additional crops can continue into late summer. We are not aware of any named varieties of pitomba, but there are variations in color of the skin and flesh, and in the firmness of the pulp. Pitomba fruit often have golden yellow skin and flesh that surrounds a large seed or multiple smaller seeds. Its soft apricot textured flesh is slightly acidic with a hint of resinous flavor. Pitomba fruit is juicy and has a mild flavor that is somewhat similar to a tart apricot. The skin is thin and delicate. Ripe and almost ripe pitomba fruit are very perishable and should be handled gently. Since the fruit has a very short shelf life, it is almost always eaten fresh. But Pitomba makes delicious preserves, which is actually our favorite way to enjoy the fruit. It also can be used to make jellies, juice, and wine. Pitomba contains small amounts of many nutrients and is a good source of calcium, phosphorus, iron, and vitamin C.